Welcome back to the Bearcast, the EMS Detergent Services Assistant Coach Profile. Not only are we getting an assistant coach for junior high football, we're getting a little insight on the Bearcast, maybe some secrets about Matt and Mike. But Jarod Tylee joins us. Let's just jump into, you go from, you coach high school, now you're helping with Coach Sexton, and et cetera, at the junior high level. What do you really enjoy about coaching at the junior high level?
Yeah, it's we talked about it towards the end of this season, where it's so awesome is the word I'm going to use, to see from where they start day one as a seventh grader and finish as in their last game as an eighth grader. And over the last few years, especially, I mean, in the 6 years that I've been there with Coach Sexton, we've just had good groups come through, and just the transformation, over those couple of years, it's really fun to watch.
What do you think? How much of the offense as the coordinator down there do you try to overlap so these kids, when they make it to ninth grade, they're like, okay, I've seen this play?
Yeah, for sure. The seventh grade, it's still pretty basic because they're still learning, but when you get to the eighth grade level, I add more throughout the year, which that's when I trust people that they can do it. That's what I do, and it just adds more fun to it. And but yeah, so when they're eighth graders, we allow them to audibilize, and make play calls at the line of scrimmage. So, and we try to run a little bit. We don't run exactly what Coach Hirschman does, but we try to mimic it a little bit, especially with, we have line calls and stuff like that are similar to these guys. So we try to prepare them as best we can.
Well, now transitioning into your duties with the Bearcast. You started up with it last year as sideline Jarod. Now you're mostly in the booth, sometimes on the sideline. Really, when you're, think about it from a coordinator, offensive coordinator, just a coach's perspective. How much of that can you use to kind of to call the game the way you see it?
That's what I try to do, to be honest. I just try to watch to see when we have the ball in offense, how they're lining up defensively, and vice versa, how we line up defensively against their formations. And a lot of times, and I don't dissect film like I used to as a coach. I kind of just turn it on and watch it and see what they do. But a lot of times, even just from me casually watching film, you can tell what other teams are going to do, just off tendencies and those sorts of things. So you just try to watch it as a coach and as a coaching perspective, and then tell it, through our Bearcast to the people listening.
How difficult is it for you sometime when you're seeing something from upstairs, like, oh gosh, this alignment, it's perfect for, but you can't spew that out on the airwaves, so to speak.
It's difficult, and I don't like to tell secrets on behalf of Coach Hirschman's part either. I'll tell you what the hardest part is biting my tongue when it comes to the guys who officiate the game. You just got to be careful. You got to be diplomatic about it and politically correct, I guess. But it's fun. I mean, with Steven last year and Quinny and Matt, we have a lot of fun, whether it be on the car rides or in the booth or whatever. I enjoy it.
In about 30 seconds here, tell us what you see from this football team that not just makes them a good team, but gives them maybe the opportunity to get to the next level.
It's the thing I've talked about all year, I feel like, and it's just their attitude. And what I mean by that is, they could be hooting and hollering after games and stuff like that, but you can just look at it when Coach Peterson's talking to him after the game. It's business for him, and coming up to practice the last few weeks, you can tell, and you get a good feeling about it. They just have the proper mindset, and they have the physical tools too. But I'm excited. Friday night should be fun.
Do you get that old feeling once in a while, like, I wish I had the pads on to be a part of something like this?
I don't know if I wish I had the pads on, but just being around the guys, they're fun. We got a lot of good players, a lot of good coaches, and hopefully Friday night's a good night for the Bears.
Well, before we close it up, we'll let you have the opportunity, what everybody else has done. You know what I'm going to ask? You get 3 wishes. It can be any wishes in the world without asking for more wishes. What do you think?
I think I'm going to piggyback. I think I remember watching Matt's, and I'm going to wish just for health, for family, for friends, for guys like out here practicing on our football team. I'm going to wish that my kids grow up to be good model citizens of our society and are productive and can contribute. And my last wish will just be that at some point in my life I can retire and go visit fancy places like Florida, like some people get to do more than others. But so those are my wishes.
Well, those are pretty good wishes. Well, Jarod, thanks for joining us. I know people are really looking forward to this game Friday, looking forward to you and Mike calling it, and hopefully the Bears can take care of business for the 11th time this year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason.
All right. Well, that's been Jarod Tylee with the EMS Detergent Services assistant coach, Bearcast Perspective Profile. Go Bears.